Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about moving to Spain together with Isotta. So Isotta is an Italian girl living in Madrid, and she started their business over there related to cooking. Let's talk directly about our topic of today, moving to Spain. And I'm gonna ask you directly, what is the first step to do if you move to Spain?
It's going to be a little bit different depending on where you're coming from, because if you're a European citizen, it will be way easier. If you're not, my advice is to contact with a professional, a lawyer, someone who can help you through all these steps. But in any cases, the first document that you need while arriving here is called NIE, N-I-E. It is the identification number for the foreign people, and you're gonna need this NIE to do everything. So you're gonna need NIE in order to get a job. You're gonna need NIE to open a bank account, to activate your social security number, which will give you the free healthcare. So without NIE, you basically don't exist in Spain. So this is the most important thing to do, the first one.
Difficult to get it? It takes a long time, or you just need to set up an appointment with the city hall, I believe, to get it?
It changes depending on your situation. For example, if you arrive to Spain because you already have a job and so a company hired you, they will probably do all the paperwork and set up all the appointments for you. For example, this was my case. For me,
Okay.
then this is the best possible ways, because your company will ask you for your documentation. You're gonna need some different paperwork to do, and then you set up an appointment and you get your European citizen. It's super easy to get your NIE, and I think that in my case, coming from Italy, I have it like forever, if I'm not wrong. If you're gonna do this yourself, it's gonna be a little bit longer, but you can, depending on the city that you're moving to, through the website of the government of the city, you can set up all the appointments and collect the information they need. It's not, it's not hard to do it. It's just take 2 or 3 steps. But then you will be, it's quite easy. 3 steps: you collect the information, you set up an appointment, you present information, and in some cases you have it in that moment. In others, you'll have to take another appointment to go and receive it.
Okay, good. But anyway, all the information that we provide in these videos are based on your experience. That's why in the description you can find the Studio official website to have a look and adjust what you have to do according to your personal situation. Okay, so we get the NIE, and as you said, it is needed to open a bank account.
Yes, this is correct, because actually there is only one bank that allows you to open a bank account using only your passport, but it's only one, and now I'm seeing that many things are changing. So please have your NIE. Make sure that you have NIE, because banks always ask for or your ID or your passport, depending on where you're coming from, and the NIE. When you're moving here, NIE becomes more important than your passport. So you will be asked to show NIE or to present your NIE number anywhere. And you need a bank account even more if you're gonna work for a Spanish company, because if you're here as a freelancer, and it will be different for you, you can of course work with any type of banks from any countries, but Spanish companies prefers to have employees with a Spanish bank account. And in order to open a bank account, you need this NIE. And there are several types of banks and accounts that you can open. only if you have free of charge, like an account absolutely free of charge. So you might want to check different options. For the most of the banks, in order of not having like fees, paying like fixed fees, you will have to pay all your, or at least three, or your of your main like electricity, water, gas with the banks. If not, you can have up to more than 10 euros per month only about fees.
Okay, good tip. Thank you. And the third step, let's say, that is very important, is still connected to the NIE, the health insurance. And you can have a public health insurance, also private health insurance in Spain. What's the difference, how it works?
Yes, with the NIE, you have, you can activate and have access to your, it's like a social security number, let's say. It's a card that allows you to have the free healthcare, which is for everyone in Spain. You have the right to go to ER, to hospitals, to the, your family doctors. You have it. And I mean, it's perfect. It's a great service. The point is that sometimes it's not that efficient. So if to buy and subscribe to a private health insurance, you can do it starting from 40 euros per month, if I'm not wrong. And you might want to add it because the procedure here is a little bit longer. So if I need to go to the dermatologist, for example, or the gynecologist, I need to first go to my family doctors, let's say, and then they have to ask for a visit with the specialist. Depending on the type of doctor you have, sometimes they are not that willing to ask for a special visit. I don't know why, but this is something that is going a little bit worse in these years. So it's faster if you have a private insurance, and then you can still be in both systems.
Okay.
For example, I don't have a private assistant. I never use it, but my wife has it.
Okay.
It can be like a good point.
Okay, so maybe this is something that you can also ask to your company, or I mean, if you are doing interviews, getting the information, you can also ask about it to be ready and understand what is better do for yourself. Okay, cool. So let's say that the first 3 steps to move to Spain are those ones. And then we do some tips to have a better life in Spain. So you do live in Madrid, so I believe that you have more information about that area. But it's a good range, I mean, because probably it's also one of the most expensive cities. So then all the rest probably is a little bit different or less expensive. What about apartment? How difficult is, and on average, how much can cost an apartment where to live or a room?
Right. Yes, here it's not the funniest part. Yes, Madrid, it's quite a battle to find a good apartment for a fair price. It's a similar situation of all the other European capitals. Making you a concrete example. To live in the center of Madrid, you will find a lot of very old apartments and non-renovated. Many of them still have no heating system at all. I lived in one with no heating for 4 years. It was, yes, it's something super common, and still it's super, I mean, super compared to the rest of the life in Spain. For an apartment of about 30 meters, 700 or 800 euros per month, with anything included, which is something really expensive, because here the minimum salary is less than 1,000 euros. So yes, and it's super, I mean, 30 meters, it's super tiny.
Yes. small.
Yes. Yes, our apartment here, it's supposed to be in total about 45 meters, and then of course you occupy the space with
furniture,
and stuff, and like one space which is like a dining room slash a living room, then a small kitchen, a bedroom, and a small bathroom, and it's like not private space, let's say, and it's quite expensive, but it can be worse because you can find 30 meters apartment for 900 euros.
Okay, so maybe one tip is also to try to share the apartment, maybe having a bigger apartment to share with someone else from the beginning, considering also the average of the salary, until you really don't live there, you set up there and you understand where to move and how much life costs for you.
Absolutely, you might want to share the apartment at the beginning, and because in some cases to rent an entire apartment you're asked for 2 or 3 months in advance. And also really please follow this advice. If you're looking for an apartment and you find the one you love with the condition that you like, don't wait, because 30 minutes later that you leave an apartment, it will be taken, because the situation it's a war finding a good apartment. So if you find the one that you like and you select and every condition matches your needs, take it.
Yeah, I see a lot of similarity with the Netherlands too in this sense. Yeah, definitely. Okay. And well, for sure, sharing an apartment, in case you guys decide to do that, is going to help with social life. So just a few tips about how to start to really live and start your social life in Madrid in this case, and how important it is to learn Spanish if you live there.
Yes. In a normal situation, like before March 2021, in Madrid, there were a lot of events to meet other people. Here it's called intercambio. It's like a languages exchange. In many different bars and restaurants, you would have several nights per week these meetings to just meet other people and practice the language. And there are also a lot of groups on Facebook built by foreign people moved to Spain in order to create like a network, and you can find friends. You can also find a lot of useful information about the city you're moving to. And they also organize events like to meet, so you can start building your friends network. Yes, it's super important also learning the language, because even if I know people here who just speak English and they have their life, but they're limited to just meeting with people who can speak English, and actually they can't really join the culture, which is something that I always recommend. Like, you're moving to a place, it would be nice to be part of the culture. And you can find many free situations to learn Spanish. For example, many people would love to practice a foreign language, so you can do an exchange. Or there are several low-cost schools to learn Spanish, and I'm not sure, but I am like 98% sure that there were some courses from the city hall that were free for foreign people. Not sure in this moment how it works, but yes, if you can learn Spanish, it will be a plus also for the job related stuff.
Yeah,
because Spanish people usually speak Spanish also in restaurants, and when you go to do paperwork and stuff.
Yes.
A comment that I heard many times from foreign people is that it was harder to get their stuff done also in hospitals if you can't communicate in Spanish.
Yes. And here I see a lot of similarities with Italy instead. Okay, good. Well, Isotta, thank you, because I guess that you gave us like a little bit of information about everything. Once again, in the description, you guys will find the link of the website related to the official, the standard procedure to move to Spain. Thank you again, Isotta, and thank you everyone for watching this video.